Hey y'all, it's your girl Jane Tease. I'm back with a recap of Love After Lockup. What did y'all think of this week's episode? Me? It was kind of boring. I would be surprised if I give y'all a 10-minute video on this because that's how it was. But if y'all liked it, let me know. If y'all agree with me and y'all didn't like it, let me know. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead. Brooklyn and Brian, they're having a welcome home party for Brian. And he meets Brooklyn's brother, Jermaine. I think they call him Jeezy or something like that, or something like that. I know her dad's name is Jermaine also, so they call him something. Either way, they had a conversation. I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. It was just, the brother's just being the protective brother, and it didn't go too well. And then the dad comes over and he's talking to Brian. Their conversation went a lot better. He was asking him, what you was in for. And he was like, aggravated assault and robbery, I believe. He's like, how much time did you do? He said, I did 6 years. He's like, damn. But, it was real cool. He really talked to him like man to man. And was just like, y'all are really just getting started. I feel like my lighting is off. But I'm sorry, y'all. But he's like, y'all really just getting started, blah, blah, blah. You ain't really lived and all that stuff. Like, he was in there for 6 years. And I think he's 27, 28. So he's like, the world has changed in 6 years. And Brian's like, yeah, I agree. But, we'll just see how it goes with him in Brooklyn. Joey and Michael, just break up. Just break up. I'm sorry. They done. It's over. Like, it's not happening. It was a whole bunch, Michael was talking to his friend Jacob. Joey's coming in and asking him, like, oh, who you talking to? He's like, my friend Jacob. And he's like, oh, I don't know no Jacob. So he drops him back off at the halfway house. And he's like, I realize Michael's not ready to be sober and all this stuff. But, he doesn't want to go down that road with Michael. I'm telling you, this episode gave nothing. And then I'll get to that. I was like, then they played in our faces like they usually do. But anywho, it's the next day. Joey's waiting for Michael to come pick him up. And I was like, didn't you drive? But they're going to go to Joey's brother's house and, to meet his family. They're all excited to meet Michael. Remember, Joey's family, they also had addiction issues. His dad is about 30 years clean. His brother is about 20 years clean and all of that. So Michael gets to the hotel. They're late, so Joey's already bitching out like, oh my god, we're late, blah 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 blah. He's in the lobby. Michael comes in. He's like, yeah, like the halfway house kicked me out because they gave him a urine analysis and he failed. That's all there was with them. Let's go on to Will and Courtney. It's the next day. It's their wedding day, actually. And Will is in the hotel room. He's like, yeah, it went down last night. He's like, don't touch that sofa. Don't touch that chair. Don't touch the bed. I was like, So they were shopping for dresses. And they went to this, shop. I don't want to call it ring. It was like a mom and pop shop for, dresses and all that stuff. I guess I could compare it to y'all remember that store Charming Charlie's? Kind of like that, but they did have dresses and all that stuff. I don't remember Charming Charlie's there. I know they had jewelry and all that, but I guess that's what I could compare it to. But anyway, and she's like, they're looking for dresses, and Courtney's like, I don't want to get dressed in club attire because the dresses are they're not really club attire, but they're kind of short. Some of them, the ones that I saw, kind of gave a little boho look. And I was like, y'all ain't no Macy's around. Ain't no Macy's, ain't no Dillard's, ain't no Bloomingdale's around. Like, Will been throwing money like, yo, get your girl a nice little wedding dress. So she finds a dress that, you know, will suit her. And it was $217 again. It is what it is. I'm like, girl, even she ain't got some wedding dresses. I'm just saying. I know it's like it's a rush job, but it is what it is. It's the day of the wedding. They're downstairs. They have the officiant there. Danny, Courtney's sponsor, is there. And Will asked him, could he be the man of honor? So we have that. And Courtney comes down with her mom. They get into how, you know, her and her mom, our relationship is kind of rocky. The mom said, actually, the last time we shopped for a dress together was homecoming. And I was like, oh, I mean, she's grown. I mean, homecoming and then prom, I guess the next dress you would be shopping for, like, with your mom is a wedding dress. I'm just saying. But they get down. The officiant starts talking. He asks Will, do you take Courtney's hand in marriage? Does all the vows. Will says, I do. And Courtney, we leave on a cliffhanger. The official gives the words, do you take Will to be your lawful wedded husband? Blah, 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 blah. Having the hold. Y'all know the vows. And that's actually where the episode ended. The episode ended with them. So that's where we left off with them. She ain't give an answer. So the episode starts with Alexis in the car crying about Julius was talking to somebody else in jail. And she gets back into the place and Julius admits that he did not go to see Tyler. He went to see Ashley. But he let Ashley know that it's not like that with them and they are no longer talking. He said it was just entertainment. He apologized and Ashley accepted it. And she said she needs to think about some things. Alexis accepted it. Sorry. And Alexis, it's the next day. Alexis is still feeling away and about what happened. And she asked Julius, can they share locations? Julius ain't with it. I was like, there are like 2 couples that asked about locations today. Julius ain't with it, and producers asked if he's talking to other women, and he said no. I don't believe him. Do y'all? All right. We see Q and Demadric again. She calms down after being out, you know, after seeing Demadric hug his baby mother. She calms down, you know, she goes back in the house and is talking to the family. Joella leaves, and Demadric and his dad, Mr. Jerry, they talking. Mr. Jerry really likes Q. What did I call him last time? Big Jerry? Big Jerry. I think I called him Big Jerry. But Big Jerry likes Q. And he's like, you know, Q held him down for all these years and all that stuff. And Jerry gives Demadric a ring and says it was his big mama's. And I was like, that ring looks kind of modern to be Big Mama's ring, but I digress. I digress, but so I guess he wants to present it to Q as a promise ring to let him know that, you know, he's in it with her, he's not going anywhere and all that stuff. Joella's in the car. They got a camera hookup in Joella's car and all that. So I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, you know, that was some drama. But she's talking about Q like, you know, you picked a man. So why can't you trust him? She's like, I'm here for it. Because we know Q wants Demadric's. We know Joella wants Demadric back real, real bad. Real bad. Anywho, they get back to the house, and it's supposed to be a good night. She got the little blue and white flowers leading up to the bed, welcome home and all that stuff. But Q ain't, She like, nope, not tonight. It's closed. She's like, you ain't getting nothing tonight. We gonna go to bed. She put on her bonnet, and I was like, oh yeah, it's bedtime. But anyway, so they sleep, and about 2 hours later, in the middle of the night, he goes outside to call Joella, saying that he wants to see the baby son. And she's like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. They go inside. Now, here's why I say the producers were being sneaky, because in like the preview of like what was to come during the episode, like they made it seem like, well, I guess they edited it out, but you know, they made it seem like Q was asking, I keep saying Q, Demadric was asking Joella, could he come over? She's like, yeah, let me know when you're on your way. And you see somebody pulling up a little lingerie set, making it look like it was Joella, but I could tell, like, you know, by like the skin tone that it was Q. So, but they almost got me there for a minute. I don't know if y'all peeped what I peeped, but I was like, y'all almost got me there for a minute. But anyway, and then when that segment played out, we saw that he was just like, yeah, I want to see you. I want to see my son, blah, 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 blah. So it's the next morning. Q and Demadric, they good. They make up and all that stuff. And she's like, all right, I got something for you. Then she puts on her little lingerie, and I guess they about to get it popping. And Demadric did say that he is in love with Q. So it seems like he made his choice. Sorry, Joella. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. And Brooke and JK. So Brooke walking out of the barbecue. She calls her mama. Apparently, I guess my question was answered. The mama's on the way with the boys. She about 5 minutes away. She's like, you know what? Bump that. Go on there and make peace, because the boys are excited. They on their way to go see JK. The boys come over and they're excited to see him. They hug, all that good stuff. And, you know, they gather everybody together. You're like, you know, we're happy JK's home and all this stuff. And the mom gives a slideshow of him, like when he was younger, and like old pictures of like his grandfather and all that stuff. Again, since he was locked up, some of those people have unfortunately passed away. So, you know, he's feeling the type of way. But, you know, it was really sweet. The cake was funny. They gave him a cake that was the design of ramen noodles, chicken flavored. I was like, that was funny. So Brooke asked her mama, could she keep the boys for one more night? And the mama was like, I ain't your baby daddy. Oh my goodness. And Brooke does not trust JK when she is not around him. And she was like, you know, we should just all move in here. Like, talk about her, the kids, and all that. And I was like, have you lost your mind? Y'all already sleeping on, I forgot the roommate's name, but I'm going to call her Mary. Y'all already sleeping on Miss Mary's geriatric bed with a porta potty. Stop it. But then Brooke's like, you know what? It's the next morning. Brooke's like, I'm putting a tracker on his phone. And I was like, she do not trust him at all. Like, it's crazy. Because, you know, I have, like, me and my man, we have the app, the tracker app on each other's phones. But I don't even look at that thing. I don't even look at that thing. And the only reason why we had it was because he had drove up to New Jersey and he was driving home for safety reasons. It's like, okay, you could, you know what I mean? But we have it, but I'm just like, we ain't even like, I don't even look at that thing. I turned the notifications off, like, but although it is useful, you know, when, you know, he's coming home from work and I'm like, you know what, stop at the stove. Stop at the stove. I need a snack. Anyway. he asked his mama for some money because he wants to take Brooke out on a date. Brooke is heading back home finally. And the mama said, "Whoo, thank you, Jesus. Brooke is moving back home today." I was like, well, did she move in the house? Like, whatever. And they go out. They're going to a little putt-putt place. I say miniature golf. They say putt-putt. Same thing. It was really cute. And, you know, he's reassuring Brooke that, you know, if things don't work out with us, I still want to be in those boys' lives. Like, he's attached to the boys and all that stuff. She gets emotional because neither one of their fathers are in their lives. So, you know, she gets emotional. And, you know, I hope that even if they don't work out, that he's not obligated to keep his word, but I would hope that he does. But that's just my opinion. I would hope that he does because the boys do need a father figure, a male figure, but we'll see. So they get to Brooke's house and, you know, she's like, "Oh, let me show you around. Let me just clean up. Let me just tidy up a bit." So while she's doing that, the mom is talking to JK, and they had a really good conversation. And I was glad that the mama wasn't delusional about her child. She was like, "Listen, I know my daughter. My daughter is jealous." So she's like, "You know, my daughter's jealous. That's going to, you know, unfortunately, that might, you know, be her downfall, that she's so jealous and insecure and all that stuff." And she's just like, "You know, I hope," because now they're an hour away from each other. So I hope that, you know, Brooke, well, she'll be fine because she got that. I just thought, hold up. I just thought about it because as he was leaving, he called his ex, remember his ex, Alex, who cheated on him. He calls her and is like, "You know, I want to see you tomorrow," whatever. And she's like, "Okay, that's fine." And she's like, "I love you." And he was like, "I know you do." Brooke about to see that man is going to be at his ex's house. Oh, God. But that's it, y'all. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all on the next video. Later.